Okay, so this is part 2 of that last video that I shot this morning, making lemonade from lemons, where I tried to make a long biface, Georgetown biface out of some really high quality material, and I completely ganked it. And I'd just like to talk a minute about, for the 3 people out there that's actually going to see this video. Hey, shout out to y'all, I appreciate you. There's several reasons why that failed. One's probably experience. One of the big reasons, it's first thing in the morning. I hadn't hit on anything, and I really should have. I should have warmed up on some stuff before I got rolling, and by the end of the video, I was starting to warm up and get things going a little bit, but it was too little too late by the time I done that. And the other thing was I didn't, when I came in, I didn't know what I was even going to shoot, and sorry, I'm getting some things together here, and I just grabbed a piece and got started on it and didn't even think about how I was going to go about it or what I was going to do, and that was a huge mistake. That piece got so narrow at the top, and I wanted to preserve all of it, but it got so narrow at the top, and it was twice as thick as this piece. So it was almost thicker at the end. Well, it was thicker, much thicker at the end than it was wide. And had I gone about that a little bit different, I probably could have pulled it off. But at my skill level and what I was doing, what I should have done is I should have been thinning that from the ends to start with. Should just conceded the fact that I was going to lose a couple inches and thinned from both ends, and that would have brought that back in, ways so that I could have thinned from the sides to thin the center, and I probably would have ended up with something. But I went about it completely wrong. I was able to save some bifaces out of it, but it was kind of a waste of material, but that's going to happen. And but those are the big reasons why that failed, I think. Lack of experience, not enough thought into it, and I just went about it completely wrong. But I learned from that, and hopefully I won't do that too many more times in the future. This piece here, I'm noticing it's got this imperfection here. It's in the cortex, but it actually runs into the rock a little ways there. Anyhow, also wanted to talk about why I started filming these. And I've had a couple different YouTube channels that I never really did anything with before. My personal YouTube channel, the wife and I used to raise some goats and stuff, and we had done a video on there. That video right now has got like 2.7 million views. Of course, I didn't care anything about the copyright stuff, and we had some music in there, and it's got copyright strike against it. But that page has got several thousand followers, and videos has got a lot of views. I'm not going to send you that page. It's not important. It has nothing to do with what this channel is supposed to be about, which is more or less a video blog. It's not about napping, it's not about leather, it's not about anything. It's just kind of documenting things as I bounce through life here. And but one of the main reasons that I started filming the napping was I thought that if I film the napping, when you finish a piece and you look back on it, you got ideas of what went right, what went wrong and everything. But when you got it on film and you can review it, that really helps. It's helped me a lot. It still helped me a lot. I haven't been doing it that long, but when I can go back and review that, I can think, man, I should have never hit that, or I should have hit that. And sometimes when I'm viewing it, I I think to myself that, you know, I would have took this a whole different direction and went about it completely different, which is how that video this morning, which I'll put a link in this video or try to in the description to link back to it. I'm not a YouTube guru. I don't really know how to do all that kind of stuff, but, and like I said, there's not really going to be anyone seeing this, or very many people, but maybe someday, you know, this stuff bounced around on YouTube long enough and I make enough videos, maybe some people will be interested in seeing it someday, or whatever. But this morning was kind of a failure. I didn't really, that failure don't really settle very well with me. I come out here and I just picked this piece up and I'm looking at it as I'm sitting here talking to you and trying to figure out how I want to go about this, but I'm going to try and make another biface here. And save as much of this as possible. We got 9 inches at the longest. I tried to remember that. For some reason or other, I never can remember that at the end of the video. A little over 5 wide. I do believe, though, if I would have taken some thinning flakes from the ends of that tab this morning and just gave up an inch on each end, I believe that I could have pulled that off, and I'd be sitting here with a real large biface, thinking about what I was gonna make out of it instead of the 6-inch or whatever it is we ended up with, and the other small bifaces to go along with that. But we're gonna hit on this one a little bit. I've got dinner with my wife tonight, so I'm gonna have to try to make short work of this as much as possible. It's working out so far. Of course, I haven't done very much napping at all, but without the right brace, I'm wearing it when I'm in the leather shop and at night, so that little bit of extra there, maybe I can get away without wearing it when I'm napping. Boy, I can't hit nothing with that thing on. If you guys watched any of my other videos when I was trying to use it, then you already know that. This tab's a little bit different. It's not quite as thick as that other one was. Now if I mess this one up, then I know I need to just be done for the day. And some days for me are just that way, where I just can't nap nothing. And that's just how it is. I'm assuming that's probably that way for a lot of guys. I'd like to be to the point where I can sit down and just decide, hey, I'm gonna make this and make it, and no matter what. I don't know if that's a real deal or not, but it'd be nice if it was. Alright, we still got a really thick edge here. I am going to try and take a thinning flake off that tip. And of course I lost some length there, but I won't run into the same problem I had this morning, trying to be too greedy and save too much. Crush that. I need to think that through a little more. Got this platform right here. I'm going to try and drive one across right there. There it is right there. It actually drove all the way across and wrapped a little bit on that side. But that's how this Georgetown is. This stuff is just flakes fantastic. Which a lot of it does. I have got it in the past that it's pretty tough. But got this big ugly right there. And we still got this to contend with here. I was talking about in the beginning with that crack, but I'm sure we're going to be able to get under that. Drive one from the bottom there. I'm going to try and drive another one right here. Fortunately, I went in and hit that Cortex and it just stopped. I thought I'd get far enough underneath it that it would. Okay. We're starting to shape up here. I'm going to hit these. I'm going to push forward like that. Trying to shoot that up that way a ways. And that worked. Really, really blocky up here at the tip still. I'm going to try. Run one across right here. That edge is giving me a little bit of trouble. We're going to get around it though. I'm not going to let that beat me. We just took a lot of that thickness off. But I don't want to go getting this middle too thin yet. I'm going to drop down to smaller bopper and nibble around that edge just a little bit. Had some overhang there and wanted to get rid of it. There we go. Don't want that forward edge being too thick. We're gaining on her now. This is kind of an odd platform right there. Let's see if I can run something across right there. We did. That flake ran all the way into here. I don't know if you can see it or not, but it went in here and it spread out just like this. But it took a lot off when it did that. We're getting shaped up pretty good here. I still got to get this square edge off. And probably just gonna nibble at it a little bit. You can see I ran that flake and it knocking my flakes that direction, and that's traveling them along there. Ooh. That was a big bite right there, and not what I wanted to do at all. But we were shaping up pretty good until I took that big old bite out. So that's kind of my style of napping, I guess. I just chase my tail from one end to the other. More or less constant damage control. Wish it wasn't that way, but sometimes it is. I need to skim some off this belly down there. And we skimmed that. That actually wrapped a little bit over here, just almost all the way over, and it didn't quite. But and you can see how wide that flake came out, which thinned it down a lot. Trying to get some rhyme or reason to it. I can get down in there, take a chunk of this out like that, then that was very helpful. And this here, I'm going to try and run this, hopefully I'm in frame here, I'm going to try and run this ridge down right here, if possible. So I'm going to hit this way. Boy, that flattened her out a lot. That flake, I mean, that took out this whole thing right here. Try and take a little flakes right here. Just trying to straighten it up a little bit now. There's that. We've got a pretty nice bite face. I could straighten it up a little bit more. That right there, look at that. That looks like it's healed, but I think that's where that crack was. So I have to pay attention to that when I start making a point out of this, or whatever I decide to make out of it. It's pretty well healed, but I'm going to skim that off when I start making a point. I think that's all we're going to do to it. I just wanted to kind of talk to y'all about why I think that failed. And the biggest reason it failed was me. Everything that possibly could be wrong with trying to nap that this morning was wrong, and that's why we ended up where we ended up with small bifaces. Well, one of them wasn't small, it was almost 6 inches, I think, but still a pretty decent biface, but it was almost half of what it was. So yeah, that was a failure for sure. But we don't learn. I've noticed in life that we don't learn from our successes, we learn from our failures. And that being the case, you'd think I would know a lot more than I know now. I think we started with 9 inches, and we got right about 8 inches right now. So we lost an inch off of it. I think we were about 5 inches wide, and we're 4 wide now. So we lost an inch off the length and an inch off the width. There's still a big old piece right here, and it's not tremendously thick. I don't know if you can see that, but probably take a few more direct percussion strikes just to flatten everything out a little bit more, take it off there, and then regularize the edge and do some indirect on it and turn it into a nice big blade. But anyhow, just want to talk about all that and do a little short video here, and I'll upload this one along with the other one. This will be part 2 in that. Making lemonade out of lemons. I should have titled it making lemons out of lemonade, because that was such a great piece, but should have gave it a little more thought. But anyways, y'all have a great day. This will be the last one. I got my days mixed up, and I thought today was Saturday for some reason. Couldn't figure out why the mail lady wasn't coming and picking up orders, and I had some boxes of rock that were going out and a bunch of leatherwork orders, and I kept going to the mailbox, and I was expecting a box of rock also, a box of coral. But I kept going to the mailbox, couldn't figure out why nothing was coming, and well, lo and behold, it's Sunday. But I was working. I wasn't going to church today. I was working today, trying to get ready to leave for my surgery, which I also thought was Monday, and now I find out it's Tuesday. So I don't know. I've been working so much, I've got all my days messed up, and good thing I have my wife to keep me straight, because I'd be lost without her. Anyways, y'all have a great day. Hey, remember to hit that like and subscribe button. I know I goof up a lot, but follow along on this little journey. I'm going to keep filming these, whether or not anyone's watching or not. I'm going to keep filming them, and so that I can look back, and if nothing else, I'm going to give this a year, and I'm going to see where I'm at in a year compared to where I'm at now. And there's no lying to yourself when you're on video, so we'll just see where this goes. Y'all have a great day.